It seems like Canelo was looking deep into Bud Crawford's soul, bruh. Keep this in mind before you make your opinions. Canelo's only losses come to Floyd Mayweather and Dimitri Bivol, who are arguably lifetime talents. I'm gonna repeat that. Lifetime talents are his two losses out of a gazillion fights. But Canelo is thinking, you want a payday that bad, huh? You gonna challenge me at 168? Where I'm not even a 168 pounder and I can get this big? And you're really a 47 pounder who got in there with Madrimov and tried to let him get a little weaker before you took risks? No, this is not a biased video. Just keep listening. That's what Canelo was thinking. He's looking at him. He's like, 168 where I could have a weight advantage like all these fighters are trying to do? That's basically what this is at 68. And I know Bud probably couldn't fight to get it down. He should have fought to get it down a little bit. But Canelo is such a stiff guy to negotiate with because he's the cash cow and arguably the face of boxing. So Bud, I don't even know if he probably tried to get it down. And if he did, it's understandable why he didn't get that. Canelo is giving Bud that how dare you look. That's what that look is, man. Because Canelo now is starting to put Bud on the even playing field. Since everybody want to say that Bud is taller, got a longer reach and all that stuff, and they ain't that far apart in size. So in Canelo's mind, he's starting to look at them on the even playing field. He's like, okay, now I saw your fight with Spence. This Canelo's probably thinking, shit, Spence wouldn't have lasted that long with him. Canelo's probably thinking Spence wouldn't have lasted that long with me. And Canelo was probably thinking that he would have stopped Madrimov instead of bouncing around and waiting for Madrimov to lose some steam on his punches. Canelo has been very cordial since the announcement of the fight. Up until this face-off, Canelo Alvarez just changed the entire tide of this event. He caught Bud off guard in that face-off. You know, Bud Crawford is used to being the mean guy. But we haven't seen that mean Bud in 2 years. Bud Crawford has settled into the limelight and attention. Bud Crawford has done more interviews in the last 2 years than he has done in his whole career, which I sort of understand because of that impressive Earl Spence victory. We all know how mean Bud Crawford can get. We didn't see it in the Madrimov fight or the build-up. Was it the power or was it because Madrimov was being respectful? But Canelo just opened the door for this fight to get a lot more interesting. And the build-up. That how dare you look that Canelo gave Bud was a pretty crafty tactic to get Bud angry. That maybe Bud can do the unthinkable, which people are warning him not to do, and that's trade punches with Canelo Alvarez. Now, I'm starting to notice that the fans are swaying more to Bud Crawford coming away with this victory, which is understandable, being that Bud has shown some really, really high level ability, boxing, and power throughout his career. This is the first time in Terrence Bud Crawford's entire career that he is not the favorite when it comes to betting odds. Now, this could potentially be a roadblock in Terrence Crawford's thought process. We have to remember, Canelo Alvarez is the best opponent that Bud Crawford has faced this far in his career. And Canelo Alvarez also happens to be 3 weight classes above Bud Crawford's greatness, which was at 147. Terrence Bud Crawford's punch placement and accuracy is second to none. But in my opinion, if Terrence Crawford wants to have an impressive victory over Canelo Alvarez, Terrence Crawford might have to take some chances. Being that I've seen opponents that are levels far below Canelo Alvarez land on Terrence Crawford, that tells me that Canelo Alvarez will land. Guys, let me know what y'all think. My name is jaysquiz. This is the Triangle Theories. Peace and blessings, love. Catch you on the next one.